All right, so I want to get to this Lynn Bowden story. Right. So Lynn Bowden, he did an interview with golongtd.com. Now, I never heard of it, but it's a really, really good article on Lynn Bowden. And he was talking about, he talks about, his departure from the Raiders. He gave himself a Dolphins tattoo. Now, I have been duped a little bit on this Dolphins tattoo story. When I first saw it on Twitter, I was like, wait a minute. He actually gave himself a Dolphins tattoo? Because J-Fig, what was your response when I sent you this picture? I'm going to throw this up on the Twitch for the people. But when you saw that Lynn Bowden had allegedly given himself a Dolphins tattoo, what did you think when you saw this?
I was hoping it was fake.
Yeah. Well, here's what's going on. So I'm going to throw this up on Twitch for people to see. So you guys can get a look-see. This is Lynn Bowden. That's his leg right there. I'll tweet it out so people can see it on Twitter if you guys are on Odyssey or something like that. But he apparently is a fan of giving himself tattoos. This is a thing with him. He has a lot of tattoos, and he likes giving himself tattoos. Like, he wants to, this is a passion of his, and he does a little practice on himself. I always wonder when people are aspiring tattoos. This was a kind of a thing. Do you guys ever see The King of Staten Island?
I've never seen it.
With what's his face? Pete Davidson.
Yeah, well,
Pete Davidson. Well, Pete Davidson wanted his big dream was to be a tattoo artist, but only his friends will let him practice on it. He's terrible. He's a terrible tattoo artist. So you always wonder, like, how do these guys get practice? I think they do things like practice on like dead pigs or something like that. Like that's how.
Also like oranges.
Oranges?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Well,
yeah, makes sense.
Lynn Bowden, apparently, he has on his left thigh, according to this article, he drew his own rendering of a dolphin with a number 15. Now, I can only say that this dolphin looks like a tadpole. Like, it doesn't look like a dolphin. It doesn't even have a dorsal fin. It's like all kind of one elongated thing. Thankfully, J-Fig, that is only pen. That is not actual tattoo ink.
Thank God. My response to that was no, he didn't.
He only did a little rendering of himself, but he wants to get a professional one done that has the logo and has the Dolphins on there. He's very thankful for the Dolphins after what sounded like a really awful tenure with him with the Raiders, where he hated everybody there, and the coaches were not believers in him.
They really weren't.
He is going to get himself an actual Dolphins tattoo. But that is not the interesting thing about this article, Robbie. Lynn Bowden has some interesting things to say about Tua Tagovailoa. Now, some you'll agree with. You'll be like, I don't know. I know how this is going to go when I read this.
No, Leroy's not here. It's pretty safe.
So try and listen to all of the stuff.
We're never safe.
All right. So I'll read from the article. Bowden has been training with Perform's Nick Hicks, who is the same trainer who morphed Buffalo Bills running back David Singletary into a new player. Bowden saw Hicks working with Tua Tagovailoa and the wide receivers like Jerry Jeudy and DM'd him on Instagram. Now Hicks calls Bowden one of the best athletes he's ever witnessed. He's a naturally talented, athletic guy, Hicks says. There are other dudes who are physically gifted. They're really strong, really fast, really big, but they're not really in tune with their bodies, not a great motor or learning skills, so they don't have great hands. They don't have good ball skills. Lynn is top-tier athletic guy who can pick up things on the fly. You see why he played quarterback in high school, return kicks, return punts. He's an amazing basketball player. The dude is just insanely athletic all around. An athlete the Raiders couldn't figure out how to use. The Raiders are the Raiders, Hicks says. They are what they are because of that. Ooh, shots fired from Nick Hicks. Now, the Dolphins' offense could be dynamite. Devontae Parker, Jalen Waddle, Will Fuller lead an insanely deep receiving core. The key, the quarterback. Off major hip surgery, Tagovailoa mostly dinked and dunked through his rookie year.
That's true.
After admitting Tagovailoa played, quote, a little scared as a rookie, Bowden says he fully expects the QB to blow up in year 2. He tells him constantly to stay confident and pull the trigger like he did in that Kansas City game. If gunslinging Tua becomes the default, this Dolphins offense could take the league by storm. Says Bowden, quote, when he lets loose and he's being himself, we will win every game. When he's feeling himself and he's moving and doing his thing, Tua is one of the best quarterbacks literally around. I don't think people know that yet. He believes in Tua and sure believes in himself. He's misunderstood no more.
Well, it is funny coming from Bowden because Bowden was the guy. Like every bro is like, dude, Tua's best receiver was Bowden. Like he was like the punching line, the joke of like all of Tua's lack of weapons, if you will. Like everyone, the go-to example was Lynn Bowden.
He did like going to Lynn Bowden, but Lynn Bowden was, this is like his first chance because he was mostly a running back with the Raiders, so he got into that receiver slot. Tua like going to him, but listen, maybe that's his guy. Maybe they're on the same wavelength. Maybe he likes the chemistry that they have. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Well, those are some big words from Lynn Bowden. I like it.
I think you know what, I'm starting to think that some of these Dolphins have come out with over the top praise for Tua Tagovailoa, like him and Mike Gesicki.
So you think Mike Gesicki's doing that because he's like, I got to kiss his ass because I want that new contract?
Or because remember the stink bomb right after the season ended with like a bunch of anonymous players went to Armando Salguero and started ripping. Kyle Van Noy, Beaumonte Larkin,
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yeah, Beaumont. Well, I think Devontae seems. Yeah, but Devontae's been kind of. He's been a huge Tua supporter, or at least on social media. He doesn't talk much in the media, but he's always like hitting him up on the social media, giving the flame emojis in the Instagram. That's how you know. All right, if a guy goes and puts flame emojis on your pictures, that's just a sign that you guys are boys.
And so I feel like that these guys are going with over the top praise because they don't want to be accused of being the guy that anonymous leak to Armando Salguero. So now we know.
Well, nobody wants to be the leak. I mean, that's a terrible place to be where you're the locker room. You're basically known as a snitch.
Yeah,
I think Flores smoked him out. I think he knows who the snitches are. They're all gone.
Yeah,
one of them is the quarterback for the Washington football team, and one of them plays linebacker for the Patriots. I think he knows.
Yeah.
I think he knows. He says, hey, can I have your company phone there? According to your company phone, you guys were texting with Salguero a lot, eh? I got the phone records right here. Just saying. And, he goes on Pat McAfee's show, Kyle Van Noy smiling faces with hidden agendas. So he praises Tua to Pat McAfee, but really he's going to Armando Salguero and he's telling them the dirt. Just a theory.
Yeah, it makes sense. We were all surprised that Kyle Van Noy got cut. And maybe we know why.
Tay DNA says exactly my thought. Gesicki kissing ass because he's in a contract year. Yeah, smart. Well, listen, you got to know who to sidle up to. If you're going to sidle up to anybody, it's definitely going to be the guy who is the quarterback.
Yeah, doing his old beast move.
That is a beast move. Now, Gesicki more athletic than Beast, so got some more tools got some more tools. But man.
I mean, I think the Dolphins have no choice. I mean, they drafted this guy Hunter Long in the 3rd round. I hope he's not the Gesicki replacement. But they had a chance to take Kyle Pitts. And, if they wanted to keep both or if they wanted to move on from Gesicki, they could have done it. But now, almost by passing up on Kyle Pitts, you almost have to give Mike Gesicki an extension to justify that move.
Yeah, but he's also, I feel like he's extension with it. I feel like he's a good player. Like, he seems like he's
I wouldn't mind.
It seems like he's turning himself. And really, they don't have to because they could franchise him. Because that tight end number is not too bad. What is it, like 10 million?
Yeah, unless he tries to lawyer up and claim he's a wide receiver.
He's not. Nice try.
He doesn't do any blocking. That's what that.
Yeah, well, that would be his only defense. But Jimmy Graham tried that nonsense. It didn't even work. Remember that? Jimmy Graham was dying to let people know I'm a wide receiver. Never works. It's a futile thing. Like, if you're going to be a wide receiver, you better come in. Like, if Kyle Pitts wants to try that move, you better move to wide receiver right now.
Yeah, he might when they trade Julio Jones tomorrow.
Maybe that'll be the place to go. But I don't care, man. Robbie, come on, that's good. That doesn't give you any kind of hope. If Lynn Bowden is telling you he played a little, so he's admitting, Robbie, he's putting it on the table that Tua played scared. So he's doing what I like to call honesty is the best policy. So he goes up front, he tells you something negative to on the back end hit you with an over positive. So you'll take it with a little bit more credibility. So he's telling you he played scared at times last year. But I'm telling you that if he doesn't and he gunslings, if he gets to this mode, this guy could be one of the best QBs. That doesn't give you any hope.
Well, I know that's not true because when he gunslinged last year, he threw 3 interceptions against Buffalo and he led the NFL.
But not against KC. KC was a good game.
He was behind. He did have a nice comeback against Kansas City. But look, Tua plays a lot better at home. Like, but then the New England game.
But everybody does. Who doesn't play? Who plays better on the road?
But then he also benefited from good defense. Like, one of his home wins was against Cincinnati and Brandon Allen. That was a layup. That was a gift win for Tua. And then Cam Newton, the Dolphins defense held Cam Newton without a touchdown. So
but everybody's gonna have wins. Everybody's gonna have wins that you can point to and say, "Hey, that's not that big a deal."
No, Fitzpatrick had those two. He beat Jacksonville and the Jets twice.
It's literally the only place like you could go and be like, unless he beats Kansas City, unless he wins that game. There's not really many other impressive wins that he could give you at home where you're like, man, impressive Tua.
Yeah, I know. The Cardinals game was a good game on the road, but then he had 3 road stinkers after that.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
and the problem is the Denver benching. He had 3 straight home games after the Denver disaster. So everybody here. I think
wasn't the Denver one? If I could crank up the excuse machine a little bit here for Lefty Marino, wasn't the Denver one that had the thumb, like the questionable injury, and did he injure it in practice or did he injure it in the game or injured it in the game and then they said it was in practice? Like there was all those mysteries that were surrounding the Denver game. Now the Raiders one has no excuse, unless he was still banged up from it. The Raiders one was the one where I was the most mad at Tua, especially because Ryan Fitzpatrick came back and stuck it in my face because I hate Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's a show pony. He goes, oh, it's my team. Boo-hoos all over the place. And then he comes back and he wins some Fitz magic game, and nothing annoys me more than that because the guy stinks as a quarterback. Everybody just likes him because of this Twitter age where he gets to go out there and he gets to put on the fancy outfits and put on the sunglasses and people think he's Conor McGregor of football. I hate that about him. He's a look at me guy.
Yes. Someone's accusing us of not talking about the sweep, even though we talked about it for the whole first hour.
We've literally been talking about it with the we've literally talked about it all show. We literally just talked about it. I just talked about it. Nothing annoys me more in radio than that guy who hops in and thinks I need to be sitting here talking about it for 4 hours straight of the Heat got swept. You have an Odyssey app, AUDACY. You guys have an app where you can go listen like a smorgasbord to any part of the show that you want to. No, it's not a Texter Game Boy, which makes me even more disappointed. It's Cap for Life on Twitch. I'm not avoiding it. Been talking about it all show. I came in my holiday to talk about it. On my holiday, I said, I'm showing up today. When the Heat don't show up, I show up. This is not a buffet, all right? You want to go and you want to hear the Heat talk, rewind your Odyssey app or rewind Twitch. I'm going to talk about it. I wanted 5 seconds to talk about Lynn Bowden and his Tua comments. It is our Tua. I would like to keep to the theme of the show. It's our Tua. That was a juicy Tua story. Don't tell me I'm avoiding talking about the Heat. I have talked about it every single segment except for this one. -1 to that Twitcher.
-1.
This is what we got to look forward to the next couple months is, lots of Tua debates and Waddle debates. And by the way, I'm watching Get Up right now, and they ran a teaser about they're showing highlights of Tua, and underneath it says, now or never. Like they're about to have another panel talking about
again. Wow, they're almost doing Tua debates as much as we are on the national show. Did you get that Ryan Clark sound you were very hyped up about? Were you able to find it?
Do you want to do it now? I did find it.
Yeah, we've been doing Heat. We gotta do 15 minutes of Heat coming up. I just did 5 minutes of Heat just there. I've literally been doing Heat for the last 4 segments. So yeah, I'm totally fine playing a little bit of Ryan Clark sound on Tua Tagovailoa. I'm here on my holiday. If anybody has a problem with that, I've let you guys call in, complain, do all of that. If you guys still want to, I will take your calls at 786-360-0790. I will let you Twitch in at 790 the ticket on Twitch. I will let you do all that. But whatevs. So go ahead. What do you got from the Ryan Clark?
So this is a panel they had. This is on Friday, right after during our show with Ryan Clark, Bart Scott, and Dan Graziano on Get Up with Greenberg. And they played the highlight of Tua saying that he did not know the playbook, and this is how Ryan Clark responded. Damn it.
So Ryan, I'll come back to you because, you were the one who reacted quite. What do you make of that?
What the hell? Like, for real. Like, what the entire hell? And in our business, right, honesty is golden, right? Like, you want honesty. You want guys to come and bare always say about Alabama players, right? They're the most NFL ready. They understand playbooks. They can process. They can do all these things. He was supposed to have a quick trigger because he understood. Now you just had a quick trigger because you had 4 first-rounders playing on your team. You're not going to have that in Miami. You're not going to have the best team. And when you think about Joe Burrow, you think about a guy like Justin Herbert who finds out 10 minutes before the game that he has to start against the defending champs and Patrick Mahomes, and he flat out balls. You think about the way you have to understand football and the way you have to grasp things. So not only is your body beat up, but you ain't that smart either. If I'm Brian Flores and I'm the Miami Dolphins, this is something I do not like hearing.
The only thing I would say to that, because I don't know if they reacted to the entire clip or if they just played the playbook part. I really think like this is one of those things where it's important that you hear the entire 90 seconds of what he said, because I thought it was pretty clear that Tua was leading down a road where he was throwing. Like, people keep saying that he was super honest and he should have lied. I feel like he kind of did. Like, and I think he did it to not be a jerk to an old man. That's really what my initial reaction to all of it was. Like, I don't feel it. Maybe Tua didn't know or didn't have comfortability with some of the playbook stuff. I felt like when I heard it, and I don't know if we still have it anywhere, Robbie, suited up, and it's fine if we don't. But I felt like when I heard the clip from Tua, is that he was talking about how he was taking plays and trying to make plays work that he knew wouldn't work. So he knew what the plays were. He didn't have the ability or the comfortability to check out of them. And also the plays were very simple when he was in there. And so when he was asked to clarify that about the playbook, he then took it upon himself to say, no, that's not on anybody else. That's me not knowing the playbook. When he had already kind of gone down the road of, wow, that sounds like I didn't really believe in my offensive coordinator at all. Because here's the thing that this is another reason why I don't quite buy into it's all just Tua not knowing a playbook. It was thought of that part of the reason they're going with 2 coordinators that were basically with the team last year is to keep Tua in the same offense. But you've heard from multiple players this year that they have a new playbook. Like, they've completely changed the offense of what they've done last year. So why would you be in a spot where you want Tua Tagovailoa, if he really did have lapses in knowing plays, why would you then try and install a new playbook? You know what I'm saying?
You know that's coming. Bro, he has 2 offensive coordinators in his head. That's why he's struggling. That's coming.